Roman Reigns, from hated hero to loved villain. When Roman left The Shield and parted ways with his teammates Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, many fans could tell that he was being written in a way that was very similar to John Cena. Now, Cena might be one of the most well-known wrestlers, but his time on the top was very controversial for fans, as people thought his character was too invincible, which is exactly what they thought about Roman's wrestling persona, the Big Dog. But it was clear that Vince McMahon had taken a liking to the wrestler and was setting him up to become the new face of the WWE. Fans of wrestling were already starting to get upset by the Big Dog's invincible appearance, and the fact that he was clearly being written as a hero that nobody wanted. But when Royal Rumble 2015 came around, that upset feeling had turned into pure hatred. Now, if you don't know, the Royal Rumble is a massive wrestling event that happens almost every year. It sees 30 professional wrestlers that are on their way to fame but haven't quite made it yet all enter the ring one at a time until only one wrestler is left. The rules of Royal Rumble are simple. Any wrestlers pushed over the ropes and has both of their feet touch the floor outside of the ring are considered out. And the winner of it all then gets the opportunity to choose a champion for their title at the next WrestleMania. Fans were already wary of the 2015 Royal Rumble before it even started for two reasons. The first being that most people figured Roman Reigns was going to be written as the victor, and the second being that disdain feeling that they were all still feeling from the previous Royal Rumble, which Dave Bautista won instead of a typical up-and-comer. And just as predicted, Roman Reigns ended up winning the whole thing by making sure that he was the last man standing, though he didn't do so on his own. Adding to his seemingly invincible shield that the writers of the WWE had portrayed, they chose to have The Rock step in and help Reigns finish off his last opponent. When it was announced that Roman had won, the crowd was so unhappy that The Rock looked visibly confused by the amount of booing that he was hearing. It got so bad that on Twitter, the hashtag #CancelWWE Network began trending with fans calling for an end to the company. The WWE had realized they had made a massive mistake and decided to have Roman lose his fight at the WrestleMania event, at which time his former teammate from The Shield, Seth Rollins, jumped into the ring and took the title for himself. Despite knowing that professional wrestling is scripted, many fans didn't like how manufactured both his wins and his losses were. It just didn't seem natural for some reason. And then when the WWE decided to have Roman defeat The Undertaker and seemed to put him into retirement during WrestleMania 33, fans were beyond livid. There was no doubt that they all wanted an end to the reign of the Big Dog, but no one would have expected exactly how that ending would come about. You see, in October 2018, fans of the WWE were forced to remember that these men and women in the ring aren't fictional. They are real human beings that can and likely are plagued by real issues. Roman proved this on October the 22nd of that year when he announced that he would be relinquishing his Universal Championship title match at the upcoming WrestleMania event that year, and he would be doing so because he had sadly been diagnosed with leukemia. Instead of being happy that he wasn't going to be in the ring anymore, fans were genuinely upset by the news and actually given a new appreciation for Roman Reigns, which showed itself as he slowly got back into the league. About 4 months after announcing a step back from the world of wrestling, Roman was back in the ring when he made his return to Raw on February the 25th, 2019. And while fans were happy to see him well and healthy, he still wasn't pulling in the crowd he or Vince McMahon wanted him to. That being said, he wasn't getting as much hate as he was before he announced that he was sick. His career was pretty stagnant for that year, with fans feeling indifferent about him being in the ring. But they were once again disheartened when Roman announced that he was going to bow out of yet another WrestleMania event. This time, it was due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the risks that he faced with his cancer remission. Roman would return for the 2020 SummerSlam event in August, where he showed the wrestling community that he had put the Mad Dog to sleep and would now be known as the Tribal Chief. After putting the beat down on Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman after the two had their title match, fans could tell that Roman was turning heel. He wasn't trying to be the hero of the WWE anymore. He had become the villain that the fans had made him out to be. And guess what? The fans absolutely loved it. This new side of Roman was absolutely brutal, and it really ramped up as he fought against his own cousin, Jey Uso. Roman wiped the floor with Jey, but instead of taking the win, Roman would not let the fight end until Jey submitted and referred to his cousin as the Tribal Chief and head of their family. It was so brutal that Usos ended up throwing in the towel just to stop the SmackDown from happening. From that moment on, the Tribal Chief has spent every moment of his career letting the world of wrestling know that he was in charge. And believe it or not, it was the fans' hatred of Roman Reigns that created the Tribal Chief. And perhaps for the first time in his career, the majority of viewers were happy to see him as the potential face of the company. What do you think about Roman's rise to the top of the WWE? Do you think he would have been able to make it there as a hero, or did he need to resort to becoming the Tribal Chief? Make sure to let us know in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like and subscribe to our channel to ensure you don't miss a single upload.